What is happening? I'm on my way home from the challenge premiere party. The only challenger that was there was Devin. I've been to a few of these Challenge Mania events. There's usually more challengers. Devin was the only one there. Devin was pretty cool. As is customary with all the challengers, I'm always honest with them. Some people would meet someone and say, I'm your biggest fan, blah, blah, blah. I told Devin, I was like, I was not a fan of yours at all when you first came onto the challenge. And as a matter of fact, I didn't like you. He said, oh, that's actually quite common. I hear that all the time. And I told him that over time, and when this new challenge crew showed up, I started to, hey, Lin Lin, I started to appreciate him more due to the fact that the new challengers don't really have personality like that. So it was pretty cool watching with him. I don't have any notes, obviously, because I watched the event at the bar where they hosted the premiere party, so I don't have any notes or anything like that. And I couldn't necessarily catch everything in the moment either, but it was a good first episode. Interesting how at the end of the episode that Bananas and Nanny showed up at the very end. When do I rest? I'll rest when I'm dead, as they say. Nah, but I sleep at night. I mean, I know that it looks like I don't sleep that much. That's just due to the Big Brother schedule. My schedule is not usually like it how it was when I was watching those Big Brother lives. Big Brother live threw off my schedule. I actually sleep a pretty good amount and I take naps during the day. But yeah, it was a solid first episode. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Looked like Fessy's up to some Fessy stuff. Now I sound like your dad. Fessy was up to some Fessy stuff. Um, yeah. Devin and Tori look like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, in my opinion. Devin and Tori are going to be a force to be reckoned with. It's possible that Bananas and Nanny might be too. I wonder why Casey and her brother went home. I have to find that out. I don't look at spoilers, but I'm interested to see why Casey and her brother went home right away. And then I'm also interested to see how Jordan and Nisa and like all those other people that they said were cast members are going to be introduced. I heard that they are supposed to be mercenaries. Yeah, but it looks to be an interesting season. I'm glad that they finally threw away the agents theme because it's like they started with that agents theme and for some reason they just continued with it indefinitely. And now I'm glad that it seems to be done. I like the Ride or Die theme. It's something new. It's something Not necessarily that it's new, but it's something kind of fresh. But yeah, it was cool meeting Devin. Devin's pretty cool. I've decided if I'm going to really get into it or not. So, Lin, are you a fan of the challenge or not? Have you watched other challenge seasons? Or are you just not into the challenge? I started with the challenge, so that's my show. I got into Big Brother because there was so many Big Brother characters in the last maybe 4 or 5 seasons of the challenge. And then they had backstories. They all had these backstories. And it was like, oh, you remember when Casey did this on the on Big Brother, or the Casey and Bailey background, or Fessy and this and that, and Amber and all these other stuff. And I'm just like, not knowing anything about Big Brother was starting to impact my enjoyment of the challenge. So, perfect storm of things happened in 2020, and I decided to start with Big Brother at that point in time. And someone recommended that I start with season 16, which was good and bad, because season 16 got me interested in watching other seasons of Big Brother, but it was bad because the seasons that I watched after that one didn't match up to me. My mom loved the Challenge USA, and it's funny because my mom likes Amazing Race, Survivor, Love Island, Big Brother, all that stuff. And I asked her, because she sees me watching the challenge sometimes and was never interested. So I saw her watching the Challenge USA one day, and I was like, I thought that you weren't interested in the challenge. And she said, yeah, I like it now that all my people from all my shows are on there. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's not necessarily that you like the show, it's that all the people from all those other shows that you watch are on there. So that's what makes you interested in watching Challenge USA. She was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, same thing with her, except she watches multiple other shows, not just Big Brother. All those shows where all those people were from. I love the challenge, though. The challenge is my show. I like Big Brother. I really started to like Big Brother mostly for the politics aspect of it. I don't really care for the games that much. The actual veto competitions and HOH competitions, I don't care for those that much. I just love the drama of the politics of Big Brother. That's what really drew me into that. You agree with my mom? Yeah, she's probably not even watching this season of the regular challenge. But it's like, what? The Big Brother comes on once a year, right? The main Big Brother comes on once a year. That's a long time in between shows. I remember at one time the challenge was coming out maybe at least 2 times a year. Like, while we were watching this season, the next one would already be filming. I do like the live elements, though, of Big Brother. That's the thing for me that separates it from other shows. I told my friend who got me into Big Brother that Big Brother is a huge investment. It's like a life investment. It's so time consuming to be a Big Brother fan. It's so time consuming. I didn't really get to do my videos, by the way. I thought I was going to do videos with the challengers and all that. But the only challenger that was there was Devin. And he was being pulled in a million different directions. I did get like a couple short videos with him. He got a kick out of my sign that I brought. And I won a costume contest because I think there was only like 2 or 3 people in costume. This is supposed to be a costume party. And I'm like, where's all the other costumes at? You know what's so weird, Lin Lin? That's one of the reasons why I didn't even try to watch Big Brother. And look at me now. I'm so hooked on Big Brother. Like, I couldn't see myself not being super invested on the next season when it comes around. Because I work in the mental health field. So to me, there's no bigger social experiment than Big Brother, because Big Brother does not have all the elements of all these other shows. It takes away everything from you. So the only focus that you have is the people. It's not like the challenge, where the challenge has a mansion and you're allowed to drink and you're allowed to have parties and stuff. Like, the challenge is a whole different experience than Big Brother. Big Brother, you see the best of people and the worst of people, because that's all you have is people. The competitions are few and far between. So most of what's going on is just you and other people talking. There's nothing to do. There's like a gym. I mean, it's not really a gym. There's exercise equipment. There's a pool table. What else is there to do on Big Brother? So I was a teacher. Big Brother is a prison. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'd probably even rather be on Survivor than Big Brother, to be honest. I mean, I know that might sound crazy because people always say that you're so hungry on Survivor and you got to do all these different things and win supplies and food and all that stuff. But at least I'm doing something. I'm not like away from civilization, and I can't really, there's nothing for me to do. Like, I can't. I'm starting to watch Survivor this season. I'm not extremely into it yet, but it's okay. It's not bad. I tried watching The Amazing Race and I couldn't get past episode 1. Amazing Race is not my thing. But yeah, it was a good first episode of the challenge. It's better than I've seen in a while. The 2 rookies that won the power in the first episode decided to go big. They didn't put in any teams. They didn't put any rookie teams in there. So they kind of drew some lines there, because as is tradition on the challenge, rookie teams usually all go first. But now I think that they're getting to a point where they're like, we know that these older guys are only going to be on the show for so long, so we're not as worried about ruffling feathers as it was back in the day when they were all in their prime and they were all in their 20s. I think they have several new rookies. So it seems like they're ready to make kind of power moves versus previous seasons. So we got Tori and Devin, and we got Kayla and her husband Sam going against each other. It's kind of unfair because Sam has never done one of these before. Tori and Jordan are challenge vets, so I fully expected them to win handily, and they did. I think that they are a team to look out for going forward. Stop making it sound interesting. Yes, I did, Andrew. I watched it with Devin. I watched the episode with Devin. I just left this place called East End Bar in New York City, and Devin was there, and we chopped it up. It's pretty fun. Although other Challenge Mania events I've gone to, there's been several challengers, so you got more time with each one. So I won't say that I got tons of time with Devin, but I did get to talk to him for a few minutes, and it was pretty fun. He's a cool guy in person. Did you watch the episode? And if so, what did you think of it? Because I thought the episode was really good. I'm liking Laurel and Jack. It's so funny because I was not a huge fan of Laurel. It's weird. Laurel was like a Bananas to me in a way, in a sense of I never liked Bananas, but I liked having a villain. That's how I've always felt about Laurel. But absence kind of made the heart grow fonder in her case for me. And not seeing her for a while, I'm excited to have her back. I'm so excited. I want to East. Started to grow on me too. I met Bananas also, and he was extremely nice in person. Bananas was such a nice guy in person. I was so surprised. I don't see Tommy and Annalise lasting long. Tommy seems to be way nice for the challenge. It's like you can't be that nice and win challenge. The challenge is a cutthroat game. You can't be a nice guy and win the challenge. I couldn't stand Bananas in the early days either. A lot of hands. They had to pick which team to save. Yeah, that's an interesting twist. That's an interesting twist, getting to pick a team to save. I was so glad they saved Laurel and Jack. But you're right, that's an interesting twist. It's like they brought back some elements of Dirty 30, but they added a little twist to it. It was a fun episode though. I missed the 2-hour season premieres. It was an hour and a half, but I did like how they ended it by bringing in Nanny and Bananas. I'm wondering how they're going to introduce the others. I've heard that they're possibly going to be mercenaries, I guess. So that's going to be interesting to see Jordan and Anissa and all these other people. Andrew, do you happen to know why Casey? I'm going to let you guys talk because you're speaking a foreign language to me right now. Yeah, it's like a mixture of Free Agents and Dirty 30. It really is. And a little bit of Bloodlines too. Lin, you gotta get up on this show. You gotta get up on the show. You have got to get up on the show. It's a good show. Oh, that sucks. But you know what? I mean, that sucks. I'm not the biggest Casey fan. I just hate seeing people have to leave for those kind of reasons. But I so ironic that it brings Nam back when that was the reason why Nam had to leave the last season. Nam has never gotten a true shot at that show. Nam has never really gotten a true shot at being on the challenge. I want to see, like, if Nam is going to go, I want to see Nam actually be in an elimination and lose versus just partner reason or COVID or whatever, 75% of my waking hours is TV. Nam has had terrible luck on the challenge. What did you think of Turbo? Did you think that Turbo was kind of playing it up for the TV? I know the first time when he got really mad at Jordan, that was legit. But people in the bar, when we were watching the show, were saying they thought that Turbo was kind of playing up that image this time around because he knows the type of popularity he got from that. Who seems so different? Turbo? Turbo? I thought it was so interesting. Turbo was arguing with Laurel like right off the bat, and then Devin makes a joke about the swords. Devin made the joke about the swords, and he's like, "What do you mean by that?" I mean, Turbo won a season, so yeah, he's gonna have the target no matter what. I'm so interested to see when Jordan gets on the show. I'm so interested for that. I want to see how he handles being in an elimination. Was he never in an elimination? I can't really remember. Did Turbo never do an elimination? We have such a crazy mix of cast right now, though. I cannot complain about the casting. Wow. I cannot complain about the casting. The casting is very interesting. I'll tell you that. I started watching a lot of these shows, Lin, because of COVID. Before COVID, I was like, I'm not going to spend so much time watching TV. And I didn't. I barely watched any TV. And then when COVID came around, I'm like, what else am I going to do? So I was like telling people, if you have a show that you want me to watch and give a chance to, I will give it a chance. Let me know. And yeah, that's how I ended up watching Big Brother. I said to my friend, give me a season that you know for sure will pique my interest enough that I will make it through the season beginning to end. Because I said, if you give me a season and I can't get past 2 to 3 episodes of it, I'm not watching it. So like I said, my friend told me season 16, so I started on season 16, and season 16 was amazing to me. So that's how I became a Big Brother fan. And the first live season of Big Brother that I saw was season 23. And I know a lot of people said that this cookout season was boring, but I personally loved that season. And I was so happy that Xavier won. I would have loved to see Theo, Georgia. I believe they all got, well, not Theo, but I believe that Georgia, Devon, and Paulie have gotten calls and turned them down. from what I've seen and heard. Do you like to watch the shows about body make? I haven't seen any. People who are introverts loved being on lockdown. I'm kind of an introvert, but the only thing is, if my gym had stayed open, I wouldn't have minded everything else shutting down as long as my gym had stayed open. Once my gym shut down, that's when I felt like my life was over. I'm like, my gym shut down. Now the gym shutting down wouldn't impact me as much as it did back then, because I do most of my workouts outdoors for the most part. Devon was supposed to be on the season, but with Derek F, but she turned it down. Oh. Yeah, I know Devon has gotten several calls to be back on the challenge, so that doesn't surprise me. Devon and Tiff are kind of similar in that sense, where people want them on those shows, but they don't necessarily love that. So they both want to be actresses and like TV personalities, but not necessarily competitors. The challenge is not for everyone. Xavier deserved to win. I'm so tired of hearing people talking about, oh, it's really hard to make something like that happen. People really downplay that accomplishment. They really do. Because there were times where him or any of them could have turned their backs on that alliance at any point and been like, checks bounce in the Big Brother house. They had to stay true to what they came there to do, even during times when they did not really want to work together with each other. Because there were times when they could have split. Could have replaced Tommy and Annalise with Michaela and Corey Lay. Corey Lay, I don't know who Michaela is. I know Corey Lay just because he was on the challenge before. I don't know if Michaela was on the challenge before. Oh, Survivor. Okay, that's why I don't know her. So why is she? They're good friends. And was Corey Lay from another show before he came on the challenge? Because people don't know. I've said this, but I was exclusively a challenge fan prior to 2020. I only liked the challenge. I didn't like anything else. Oh, she was from last season? Yeah, I only like the challenge. So when people talk to me about other shows, I don't know those other shows. I got super into Big Brother recently. And I was never that invested in the live feeds until this year. This year is when I first got interested in the live feeds like that. And it's mainly because of this page. It's not because I just started watching them and was so into it. It became super fun watching it with y'all. That was the fun for me. And then it felt like if I woke up in the morning and hopped on, I missed something key that happened in the middle of the night. So I'm like, I can't sleep because I got to catch these live feeds. They were supposed to be on this season. Oh, were they? I like, actually. Seems like an interesting character. See him on another season. Yeah, so I don't know. As time goes on, I will pick up more challenge fans on this page because I know at the moment the majority of the people that follow me here are mostly for Big Brother, but I know the challenge has a pretty good community too. So I think as time goes on, I will definitely have more people to talk challenge with. Yeah. Yeah, so something that Devin told me after I said to him that I didn't like him when I first saw him on the show, he was just like, a lot of other people that do the challenge are kind of either acting or they're saying things with relation to how they want their image to be perceived and blah, blah, blah. He was like, I keep it real. I wear my heart on my sleeve, you know, hate it, like it, or love it. What you see on the screen is really who I am. And then he was also saying production. He was just actually saying, like, I'm a great competitor. He said, I spend a lot of time working out and training and stuff. But the show basically just shows these sound bites of his. So he was like, that's fine, but parts of what you see is because that's what production wants you to see. He's a lot more low key in person for sure too. I thought he was gonna be real extra, but no, he's low key in person. Smokes like a chimney. Can't wait to see Jordan and Darrell. I'm upset at both of their partners, like Aneesa and Veronica. If there's no kind of twist and you have to stick with your partner to the end, Darrell and Jordan are not winning. There's no way. Especially Jordan. Jordan is not going to win with Aneesa. I'll continue to support all your vids. Oh, I'm going to have other things. You know, like, I love the challenge. It's my favorite of these shows, but just like Survivor, the challenge is a once a week thing. And I don't really love having more than one video per week talking about the challenge, just due to the fact that I don't get into challenge spoilers and there's no live going on because it's already pre-taped. So I'm probably just going to be doing challenge recaps Wednesday or Thursday. And that's about it. And I don't think he's great at puzzles like everyone says he is. He said he's not, actually. I mean, I saw some kind of off-season interview with Devin where he said that the group kind of dubbed him as the puzzle master. So he's like, hey, if that's what they think, I'm just going to go with that because then they think I'm a threat and they won't pick me to go into the elimination. And I could see him doing that. I really could. I could really see him doing that. And I would do it too if I were him. It's a pretty smart strategy. Jordan may go far because Aneesa is not stamina. She's not even decent in eliminations. She's good in eliminations. Cause most of the elimination stuff, her size makes a difference in a good way. Whereas it would not make a difference in a good way in a final. But in an elimination, sure. Outweighing people is an advantage sometimes. They're probably scared to throw Jordan in elimination. Jordan's the man. Jordan's good at everything. Jordan is good at everything. I would not want to see Jordan. You should do live reactions. I'll definitely watch. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. I couldn't really do a live reaction today because, I wasn't home to do that, but in the future, for sure. I would definitely do that in the future. Yeah, but anyways, I'm just getting home. Thanks for keeping me company on my drive. And I don't know if I'll end up doing like a full recap of this episode. Possibly not. But I will show you guys a couple of little videos that I got with Devin. And have a great night.